It's Larry Sharpe here at FreedomFest having amazing conversations, talking about things like human respect, talking about ethics and morals. And today I have with me the one and only Kiyah Willis. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Please tell the people about yourself.
Hi, yes, I am a fellow at Objective Standard Institute. I work in educating young people on philosophy for freedom and flourishing, and I'm very active on social media, trying to communicate these ideas to young people through Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, things like that.
There we go. I love that. So what you're doing on a daily basis is kind of persuading people.
Yes.
Right? Trying to get people to say, hey, this is a better way of thinking, a better way of doing, things like that.
Yes.
And I think most people think that's a better way of doing things, right? Better than using, say, coercion, better than using either violence or threat of violence,
Yes.
Theft or fraud.
Yes.
But is there a time when we should use coercion? At what point do we make that step? And the reason why I ask that question is,
Yes.
there's a difference kind of between, if you look here, between your values and your ethics.
Yes.
Right? People can be more conservative or they can be more progressive.
Yes.
But the question is, when do you decide to kind of abandon human respect and then use coercion to move what you want forward? And usually in politics, if you're more progressive and you want to use coercion, you're Democrat. If you're more conservative, coercion, Republican.
Yes.
But human respect should be on both sides.
Yes.
When do you think it's okay to kind of not use it and go towards coercion? Is there a time?
Well, I don't think that human respect and coercion necessarily are in conflict with each other when you're talking about things like harm, per se.
Harm,
right?
okay, got it.
So, for example, I think that, if we're going to have a government, then the purpose of the government should be to prevent people from harming each other. And I think that in that sense, using force is needed. But when you're talking about ideas and you're talking about values and culture and things, absolutely persuasion is the better way to go about doing things, right? Because
So you're saying it's okay to use coercion in response to coercion?
exactly.
Okay,
exactly.
got it. Okay, that's what you're saying.
Yes.
But if you're not being coerced upon,
Yeah.
you shouldn't be coercing.
Yes.
Okay, got it. All right. Well, let's try something that I think may be a little bit more challenging.
Okay.
Let's think about, what about if it is, say, protecting the country, in this case, from bad guys,
Bad guys.
right? And the bad guys are, in this case, maybe they're people who don't believe in our values, right? They are people, communists, right? When I was young, growing up, there was still a Soviet Union, and the Soviet Union was bad. Shouldn't we use coercion to stop the communists from taking over a country or something like that? Shouldn't we then use coercion in that regard? Isn't it okay at that point to use coercion?
To eliminate the idea of communism?
Sure.
No.
No, okay.
No, right? I think people should have absolutely the freedom to explore as many ideas as possible, try to understand them the best that we can. I don't think that communism holds up when you think about it for more than a few minutes and
Okay.
Try to understand what the results of it actually are. I think that if you're trying to get rid of the idea of communism, then persuasion is 100% the way that you're going to do so. I don't think that
So
you can...
even if this ideology is 100% against an ideology that you believe in,
Yes.
right? Still no coercion.
Still no coercion.
Okay.
I don't think that you can force someone into changing their mind about something,
Okay.
I can't go into your head and force you maneuver your brain, right? The only way that I can change your mind with something is by persuasion, is by talking to you. I can force you maybe not to talk about it, but I can't force you to change your mind.
Got it. Okay, so recently there's been something in the courts now with affirmative action. Same idea, right? Don't I want to use coercion to make more diversity? In this case, in the diversity case, I'm not defending myself against an ideology, but I'm in my mind doing the right thing, right? I'm trying to make things better.
Yeah.
I want to make the country better. I want to make people happier. So I want to use coercion so that you will hire who I say you'll hire, or you'll put people in your business who I say you'll have in your business, because my goal is a lofty, good goal. So my intent is good in this case. How about then? Is coercion good then? Because now my intent is good.
Well, I think, you said your intent is more diversity.
Yes.
In affirmative action, it's diversity of skin color, right?
Yes.
I mean, is that a good thing though?
In my mind it is, right?
In your mind it is.
When I'm creating the law or the rule or coercion, in my mind, yes, right? I'm doing it because I believe it's a good thing. Yes, so my intent is good.
Yeah, but I would say that you're wrong, right?
Okay.
So
Okay.
I don't think that the diversity on the basis of skin color, it's not good for, I'd say, society, universities, for you as an individual, right? So I think that intent in that case doesn't matter as much if you're just incorrect about the conclusion that you're coming to.
Okay, well then let's change it then. Let's say my intent is good and I have data.
Okay.
So let me give you an example of say helmet laws. Now I don't know if this is true, so I'm going to make this up just for the sake of argument. Believe my facts only for the sake of argument. I don't know if they're true.
Okay.
Let's say in state A, they implemented helmet laws,
yes.
and we now have data that shows that less people died in motorcycle accidents.
Yes.
So now we have data that shows that helmets laws make less people die. Again, I don't know if that's true.
Yeah.
For the sake of argument, that's true.
Yeah.
So now I want to go to state B and
Yeah.
say, hey, look, we should enforce this law, and people don't wear helmets, we should punish them, we should fine them. If they don't pay their fines, they go to jail.
Yeah.
Because we have data now
Okay.
that shows that if I wear a helmet, it's safer.
Yeah.
And now, obviously, my intent is good. I want to save people's lives.
Yeah.
And now I have data now.
Yeah.
Is it okay now?
No.
Why not?
Oh, I think that when it comes to something like a helmet law, it's very silly that you're punishing someone for doing something that's not going to affect anyone but yourself, right? Like you
okay.
should taking your own life or safety into your own hands. You know, I don't see why I would necessarily. I don't want to say that I don't care. I care about people's like health and safety and things, but if you want to go and ride a motorcycle 100 miles an hour without a helmet, I don't see why you should be punished for doing something that's going to put yourself in danger.
But in my mind, right, when I come up with the law, again, I'm talking about my intent.
Yeah.
My intent is good because I don't want you, say you're a mother of 2 children and you die, now your children don't have a mom.
Yeah.
So I care about your children. I care, it's for the children,
Yeah.
right? So I care about the children. So my intent in this case is still good.
Yeah.
So if I hear what you're saying, even if the intent is a good intent,
Yes.
still no coercion.
Still no coercion.
Okay,
Yes.
okay. So it sounds to me that what you're saying is this is basically a natural principle. It's a natural law.
It is, yes.
It is.
Yes.
So always, every time, the best answer is going to be persuasion.
Persuasion, yes. Again, unless it's harm, right?
Right,
Force
right.
against force. But if there's no force being committed and it's something that you're doing that's not going to harm anybody else, it should be up to you to decide how you live your life and to make those decisions for yourself. And yeah, there should be no.
So I feel like what you're saying is the idea of human respect. The idea that you have to respect someone, because you've said this is funny, you've said it, even in the case of, I know you don't think communism is a good idea.
Yeah.
You're saying even in the idea that I'm against,
Yeah.
you still don't want to use coercion.
No.
Even so, you respect the person,
Yeah.
if I get you right.
Yes.
If you think they're wrong, you still respect them.
Yeah.
If you think they have an ideology you disagree with, you still respect them.
Yeah.
If you think they're crazy that they drive 100 miles an hour without a helmet, you still respect them.
Yes.
I think that's amazing because if you show that human respect, now there's a chance for actual conversion,
Yes.
actually changing.
Yes.
I like that a lot. Okay,
Yeah.
so we've gone down that road. You spend a lot of time influencing people,
I try.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, yes. Attempting to influence people, hopefully being successful.
Hopefully.
Right? You do. Do you think it would make sense to use a message of human respect in some of that messaging? In other words, when we talked about the idea of the helmet law,
Yeah.
or of affirmative action, or of communism,
Yeah.
you were very forward in saying that, well, it's wrong.
Yeah.
But if I hear initially, it's wrong, don't I go, wait a minute, you just said I'm wrong. Now I'm mad at you.
Yeah. There's
So, go ahead, please.
Oh, I would say yes. There's definitely persuasion techniques and things. Some that are better than others and work better on different people. And knowing your audience and how they're going to respond to certain things is
sure.
important. But yeah, I think.
So is the idea of leading with human respect, is that a better answer, you think? Or an improved answer if you could lead more with the idea of, hey, you know what? Can we talk about some human respect first? And then, once we're there, now let's talk about whether communism is a good idea or not. It's not. But whether it is or not, right?
Yeah.
Maybe that's a way of having a conversation.
Yeah, definitely. I think approaching a conversation, I guess with respect, the way that I interpret it is understanding that you have a brain.
Yes.
And your brain you have a brain that can be rational, and maybe you have some bad ideas, but I believe that if I can provide, you with the information, and you can come to the right conclusions, not through me just, calling you insults and telling you,
Right.
you're a terrible person or whatever, but saying, hey, let's
So
lead
people
you through
don't like being insulted? What?
No.
Oh my God.
But leading someone through that process and, helping their brain get there, because everyone has the ability, to
Right.
think for themselves, to think rationally. It's just sometimes providing people with those tools and with the information to get there versus, no one has ever changed their mind because someone on Twitter called them an idiot, right?
Right.
Well, if you can arm them with facts and information, then I think that everyone has the ability to, and that's how we should be approaching these issues.
Got it. I got it. That's great. Well, thank you so much for the time you gave me. I appreciate it.